can't drink because I gotta be sober because unfortunately, this is a trigger warning today on this show. Hollywood blogger Perez Hilton self-harmed himself brutally last night, okay? The live stream has been taken down by TikTok. We're definitely going to be discussing that. We're also going to be discussing a Florida pastor in Polk County accused of luring a 14-year-old boy from a dating app, okay? Picked him up, took him to his home 3 times, and is accused of, you know, having, I guess, unwanted relations with a 14-year-old boy and allegedly passing him HIV, which we like to term the house in Virginia, okay? So whenever you hear me say house in Virginia, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And last but not least, Sidney Starr. I am ashamed that a lot of you guys are blaming the parents when it comes to this, okay? All of this we're gonna discuss today on Unwine with Tasha K. Get your wine, drink for me, because I gotta be sober because I got a lot of stuff we gotta go over. It's a serious conversation today. Shake, hit that beat. Jasmine on break, let's go. Hey, hey.
Neighbors are telling us that the man inside the home is celebrity entertainment.
Stop. Start it over. Wait a minute. I was too hyped for that clip. Too much energy. That was my bad, y'all. I told production. Jasmine is off today. It's her birthday. So, you know, happy birthday, Jasmine. We're going to run it. Me and Shek are running a husband and wife team here. And so I did tell him to go ahead and immediately start that clip off. But of course, you know, when the show starts, I just never know how the energy is going. And I just did 2 pull-ups, too. I've never been able to do a pull-up in my life, so I did 2 pull-ups. So we're going to start over, okay? So, welcome. This is not a laughing matter today, okay? We do got to get a little serious. I believe this is a mental health awareness show because there's been some serious things going on social media, okay? And I've been watching a lot of stuff go down, and I'm seeing the subliminal messages and songs that are being put out by artists and whatnot, and I was mortified. Okay, let me change the tone real quick. Like I said, trigger warning, trigger warning, trigger warning. I was mortified at what I saw Perez Hilton do to himself last night on TikTok Live. I wouldn't ask you guys to go watch that. I'm glad that TikTok intervened. Honestly, this is the second time I feel that TikTok has been a little slow at getting stuff down because there was a girl last year that unalived herself on TikTok, and that stayed up for quite some time before TikTok was made aware of it. But in this case, celebrity blogger Perez Hilton, Shek, put up his picture for me. Celebrity blogger Perez Hilton, who we've known for years. I mean, he has grown such a huge platform. A lot of people don't agree with what he does. He's, you know, been invited into the rooms with Ellen and all of the major television shows that are out here. He pioneered the lane, especially in, you know, when it comes to white traditional media, and he went, you know, below the bar. A lot of people didn't like him drawing, I guess, what looked like to be cocks on people's faces and combs, and they said he bullied a lot of celebrity white women, and I was shocked. I was shocked at how a lot of people in that live was saying that this was his karma. This was his karma, okay? Now, real quick, before we show what led up to him, you know, getting to the hospital, I want to rewind it back a little bit, okay? And so I'm sure if you're familiar with celebrity entertainment news culture, you know who Perez Hilton is. I mean, he's talked about me, he's discussed me or whatnot, and that's not why I'm doing this. I'm doing this as a mental health awareness. Just because somebody has a major platform doesn't mean that they're not at risk for a psychosis, religious psychosis, a mental health breakdown. And I don't think it's anything to be laughed at all, because just because it's him and he happens to display a lot of his faults and vulnerabilities and a lot of his low vibration as well as high vibration activity. He lives a lifestyle that a lot of people don't necessarily agree with, but he is still a person. And I knew that there was something wrong. I knew that there was something wrong when he had, I guess, ended up in the hospital. He didn't discuss with his followers while, you know, as to what led him into the hospital. And he posted this video alerting his followers that he had just gotten out of the hospital and he had just seen God. Okay, like I said, trigger warning. Shek, go ahead and roll that first clip.
And I was very lucid. And ever since then, I've had such a connection to God. And I've been praying and praying every day. And I know that I'm alive, and I'm home, and I'm better every day because of God. So I'm so thankful, and I'm so...
Okay, so he had posted this after he had went in the hospital. A lot of people didn't know why he had went in the hospital, but apparently he had like a come to Jesus moment and said that if it wasn't for him seeing God and, you know, I don't know. I don't know, okay? He went right back to celebrity gossip like nothing happened, but he kind of did it with a twist. So here's like another video of him kind of talking about, I guess, his newfound relationship with God or whatnot. Shek, go ahead and play this video as well, too. Like I said, trigger warning on all these videos. Go ahead.
It is Perez, the queen of all media, the original influencer. And this Joyce Meyer Everyday Bible is actually the third Bible that I bought this week. The first Bible that I bought, the font was too small. I couldn't read it. I'm an old man, I just turned 48. The second Bible that I bought didn't resonate with me. The language, whichever version it was, it was hard to digest. Then my friend Talia, my friend Talia, who's been an angel to me, suggested this version of the Bible, and I bought it. And this morning, I was reading about pruning, something that not only was I thinking of, but I was doing already.
Okay, so he's been putting up content like this recently, but he's also been talking about celebrity gossip. And I want you guys to stick around because I didn't know how to take what had just happened last night, and it put me in the mind frame of what Ariana Grande just, like her music that she just put out. Like, I'm trying to put this all together for you, okay? Because like I said, it's gruesome. And I'm trying to walk through it without, you know, you guys, I don't know, being too much triggered by this. But like I said, I already put a trigger warning on it. But what happened last night on TikTok was a depiction of what Ariana Grande had posted in a music video about 14 days ago. She got a new song called Petals or whatnot, and there's a scene in there where she takes a chainsaw and it's like she's mutilating all of the Hollywood executives, and you know, she basically unalived them in the video, and then she's covered with blood or whatnot, and she sits down and acts like nothing has happened. And all of this is because people shaming her, people talking about her body, people talking about her dating life, Hollywood executives judging her. And he's been reporting a lot on that. And I want to speak about that because it's sort of like how actors go into roles and they like, I don't know, assimilate the character to the point where they forget about themselves. And Perez over the last, like I said, few weeks has been like really talking about Ariana Grande extra hard. extra hard. He's seen all the messages and the comments that she's been getting and how she's been trying to hit back through her music. So she's hitting back at Hollywood. She's hitting back at the fans. She's hitting back at ex-boyfriends or whatnot. People are talking about visually how she looks. Shaq, can you put up that picture of Ariana Grande real quick? This is how Ariana Grande looks right now, and she's having to work. You know, I don't know why she's having to work, but it feels to me that she's in an Elvis Presley like situation, that she's having to work despite her being visually off. Okay? I was told by a source that works in the industry that she is allegedly, I guess, suffering from anorexia. And all of this is because of all of the pressure that she's been under, trying to be marketable, trying to be sellable, and trying to pay her bills, per se. And so, you know, anorexia, bulimia, that's another form of, like, you know, crying for help, self-mutilating yourself, cutting of the arm. He, unfortunately, last night on a TikTok video, severed his whole body. He's alive. I do want to say that Perez Hilton is alive. His team did put out a statement saying thank you so much for the prayers, but they just want some privacy. And I was just like, y'all, that should have. I don't think that should have taken place at all, and that should have been done if he wanted to do that in private. You don't come out here asking for privacy after he done triggered the entire world globally and is trending #1 outside, like right now. And we just supposed to just sit back and be like, we just gonna give you privacy. No. We got questions, because he got children. He got 3 kids. I think he did IVF to get them kids, like had a surrogate to get them kids. He done moved to his mama. He was talking about moving to Miami. Shaq, play the video of him talking about like moving to Miami and how he got off track after he had found God or whatnot. I think it's like the 3rd video. Play that one real quick.
But I'm back. Hello, my fam. It is Perez, the queen of all media, the original influencer believer. And I went to the gym this morning for the first time in weeks. I also went to church today for the first time in weeks. And I also read my Bible today for the first time in weeks. I was in a bit of a spiral because I was overwhelmed with our move to Miami. And I didn't do these things that I know are good for me. And there is a direct correlation between the effort you put in at the gym and the effort that you put in with your faith. Reading the Bible, going to church, that's work. And the harder you work at things, the more results and rewards you get.
All right, so this is content that he posted leading up to what happened last night on TikTok Live, okay? So he's been showing signs of an extreme mental breakdown. And ain't nobody, I don't know, called to check on him. It seems like his fans were kind of just egging him on, and it just got worse. And, you know, you can clearly tell, like, he's losing weight by the pound like Ariana Grande. But when I saw the obsession with Ariana Grande and him just posting, it seems like he was assimilating, trying to get into her energy, trying to get into her character. And then he did exactly what she did. Check, just flash a trigger warning when you see this picture. Trigger warning. Her picture's real. I mean, her picture is fake. His picture is real. This is a screenshot from his live stream last night on TikTok. You can go ahead and remove it. And he said while he was like holding the blade that he was doing this in honor of his kids. In honor of his kids. Now, of course, white media is like, oh, this is Hollywood. This is the Illuminati. This is the pressures that they put on these influencers. And I'm like, y'all need to stop, because regular everyday people do this every single day. Every single day. The only difference is they just don't make the news. And when they do make the news, nobody's blaming Hollywood. They're blaming trials and tribulations that these people are having a hard time getting over as to the blame. But for when we see somebody that happens to have a big platform, we automatically think it has something to do with Hollywood. No, it has something to do with what's going on in their life. And we need to stop generalizing it because mental health is real. It doesn't matter if you're famous. It doesn't matter if you're not famous. Everybody can go crazy at any moment if they don't keep their shit together. Now, he ends up moving to Miami. He moves to Miami with his 3 kids, with his mama. This is after he gets out of the hospital. This is after he said he is giving his life to God. He's steady doing this Ariana Grande obsessive type content, following her, and she's losing her shit, as you can easily see. And here's a video of him talking about moving to Miami. Take a look at this video.
Hello world, it is Perez, the queen of all media, the original influencer, and I'm back home. My children, mother, and I are now residents of Miami, Florida. And I have not lived here since I was 18 years old. I'm so excited for this new chapter in our lives, and I'm so hungry.
All right, so there he is moving to Miami. And before we bring in our special guest, because we got a special guest, we got another blogger, queen, the true queen, okay? Michelle A.T. Alien, I do want to show a clip of, the aftermath of the live stream that took place on TikTok last night. And so, Shek, if we can roll that news clip really quick. This is what happened. A lot of neighbors called, a lot of people on TikTok called the police because he had said that he was in Miami. I guess he was at his mom's house. I don't know. His kids appear to not be there. He's looking out of the window. He's telling the police, I'm kind of describing some of the things that was going on in the video. He's telling the police, like he wanted the police to shoot him. He wanted his life to end. And he was, self-mutilating. So here's a clip of the aftermath of once police got him, he's still alive. Like I said, his team has reached out and said they want privacy. But go ahead and roll this clip.
Perez Hilton, but the sheriff's office has not confirmed that with us tonight.
All right.
Breaking news that we brought to you at the top of our newscast. A person was being seen taken into an ambulance moments ago outside of a home in southwest Miami-Dade. The sheriff's office says that a man was inside the home live streaming acts of self-harm on social media. A couple of neighbors are telling us that the man inside the home is celebrity entertainment blogger Perez Hilton, but the sheriff's office has not confirmed that with us tonight.
All right, so we saw it. We didn't need no confirmation. And for those that were on that live, I'm sorry that you had to see that. And I just wish that, I don't know, we had better tools. Just like how this phone can recognize my face, and if it's not my face, they don't let me in. I wish social media could, I wish the phones could be able to pick up that there's blood all over the face. Please don't let it go live. But apparently we haven't gotten to that technology phase yet. But listen, I couldn't cover any of these topics by myself together because I think as, a huge, public voice in this space who has been the subject of, I've had mental health issues. I'm not going to speak for Michelle A.T. Alien, but we've both watched Perez Hilton and, become famous or whatnot. And I asked her this morning if she would join me on this show to discuss Perez Hilton as well as Sidney Starr, because I'm shocked that parents are blaming the child when it comes to Sidney Starr allegedly being accused of sodomizing a 14-year-old boy. And then, of course, a Florida pastor by the name of Timothy Cheney has been accused of luring a 14-year-old boy to his home on 3 different occasions and exposing him to HIV, and he knew he had HIV, okay? And so, listen, without further ado, y'all make some noise at the wine glass for Michelle A.T. Alien, straight from the A. What's going on, sister?
What's up, Tasha?
What's she at?
Hey, boo. What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's up? What's up? Listen, I said I can't do this show by myself because I don't do well with heavy topics.
It's very heavy. Very, very,
Very. I said I need some help because I'll be done shut down my whole live stream. But I felt like this hit close to home because we're in the same space. Perez is just, he deals with white media, but his stuff has bled over into urban media. So I just want to give you the proper introduction just in case you don't know who this is, okay? This is Michelle A.T. Alien Brown. She runs a huge... She runs a huge entertainment news site. You've probably been on it, straight from the A, and she has broken stories on everybody. A lot of your faves out here, she is trained as well and put hundreds of thousands of dollars and as well as millions of dollars in their pocket as well too. So you wouldn't even know them if they wasn't for her. And so welcome, Michelle, AC Alien.
Thank you. Listen, Tasha, this Perez Hilton stuff really shook me because you know how people are always like, oh, it's karma. Oh, he shouldn't have been talking about these people. Oh, it's this and this, that. And I don't know. When I saw him online and the things that he was doing, it just, I don't know. I just felt the ways about it because, you know, having watched him over the years, on the one hand, he was saying he was atheist at one point. On another hand, he, you know, found the Lord, you know, after he, you know, was having financial difficulties. So it's just kind of hard to, I don't know how to feel about this.
So you say he only found God when he became broke?
That's what it's feeling like.
Well,
you know, people were saying that he lost his home in Vegas, which is why he moved to Miami and had to move in with his mom and everything, and he had kids and all of that. And you and I both know there are ebbs and flows in this business when it comes to
you got to be prepared. You got to be prepared for the down season.
Yeah, and Perez, I think, you know, for me watching him on the outside, he had been trying to pivot for a while. He had been doing vlogs, family vlogs, TikTok vlogs, talking about, you know, different celebrities and everything, little short videos. And, you know, from going from a website making thousands of dollars, hosting shows, because I think he hosted like a reunion or something before, to like, you know, having to like struggle with everybody else, you know what I'm saying, online. And you got all of this new competition. I don't think he could handle it. And that's where the mental anguish comes from, because we all have to figure out, you know, this business, be creative, how we gonna make this next move, or how we gonna continue to, you know, prosper. And I don't think he could figure it out. That's just my opinion on that.
You think it's similar to like how we grow up watching child stars and they don't know how to pivot, like Keke Palmer, or a lot of the child stars that we see that are now adults and we respect them as adult actors? It's sort of the same thing. Like because this is such a new lane. You know, and I think this is the first time we've seen it kind of go this bad, where Perez Hilton was big. I mean, you get on the Ellen show, she not invited neither one of us.
Well, I mean, think about it though. He was so big, and now to be in this space where everybody's a star on TikTok, everybody's a star on YouTube, pretty much, you know what I'm saying? As long as you got a personality, you have a way to make money. And you know, him coming over to TikTok and to YouTube and stuff, I don't think he knew how to compete, and it was getting difficult. And I saw the decline, because every time he came across my timeline, I was like, what is going on with Perez? Because he used to look empty, lost, like, you know, he was trying to, you know, get the audience's attention by doing things. And I don't know if this was a cry for help. Well, clearly it was, but it just seemed like it was a buildup. You know what I mean? Did
you happen to catch the live stream last night with him?
I didn't catch it, but I did catch a lot of the clips on Twitter.
And what was your first impression? Like,
I was disturbed by it. It seemed a lot demonic, you know. But then at the same time, I was talking to another blogger friend of mine, Sandra Rose, who was saying, you know, Sandra Rose. She, you know, Sandra used to be a nurse, and she was like, well, I didn't see, you know, I'm used to seeing people cut themselves and do this, that, and the third, and I didn't see where he was cutting. I'm not saying it was fake, but it just didn't seem right the way he was, you know. But
and see, that's what led me to the Ariana Grande breakdown. You saw her new video, Petals?
I haven't seen it, but I've seen the clips. But I know what you're talking about.
It's a video. Obviously, she's skin and bones. I mean, she's frail. Look like she got a lot of energy. And obviously, she's having to work despite her medical condition that she got going on. I was told by a source that, you know, she's suffering from anorexia. But like, you see her? She you know, put out this music video. I think it's got like over 15 million views. It's describing the pain, saying that every story in her life is in catastrophe. People are putting like pressure on her. They're having to, you know, they're not accepting of her. She's not able to pivot. How does she still become relevant and stay young and be the Ariana Grande that we fell in love with, you know, back in the day? And so she says, you know, she's done, I guess, I guess, submitting to the opinions or approval of others. And so she took a chainsaw and sliced herself. And so I'm looking at, not sliced herself, she sliced executives, like as if she was like trying to murder executives in Hollywood, right? And so I'm looking at Perez Hilton, and he is a huge Ariana Grande fan, right? And he had been reporting on her. His last post is on her. And every single post, so I'm like, if this is real, my heart truly goes out to him and those kids and his mother. And I hope he truly heals from whatever is plaguing his mind. But what if it was made up? Because if you look at these images, put up the images again of Ariana Grande and Perez Hilton. Look at this. Do you see this?
Yeah, I see it. But look at him though. Doesn't he look like a demon? Like, look at his face. Like, I don't know. When I was looking at like previous videos of his, he's lost hair, he's lost weight, he's been sick a lot over the past, few months, and it just feels like, I don't know. Maybe this was
like withering away.
I'm sorry.
He's like withering away. I'm seeing his eyes are looking in, just like her. And I'm like, is this his way of trying to gain? I don't know, because they say attention. It doesn't matter if it's good attention or bad attention. Yep. Attention is attention. We see kids do it all the time. They just want more time. They want to be recognized. They want to be known for something. You really think that it could be a troll?
I would hope this is not that, because if this is that, he would be canceled for real. I mean, you know what I mean? Because when you think about like promoting this type of, hurting yourself and cutting yourself and, to a young audience, like a TikTok audience, I mean, that really is demonic. Like, why would you promote that type of trauma to people?
And you say you believe in God now, and you've changed, you saw God. And I seen, like, I don't know, it was like a instance with a knife, and he was like, it was I wish I could unsee it. I really do. Yeah. And I was just like, no, we're not gonna sweep this under the rug. We're definitely gonna unwind this. But a lot of people had mentioned religious psychosis. You ever heard of a religious psychosis?
I have, and that could be it. I mean, he may have gotten into the Bible and just started feeling like he was the second coming of Christ or something. I don't know, Tasha. I mean, it
didn't look like Let me be quiet. Here we go. But listen. Prayers are going out to him. I do want to hear from the viewers a little later, because a lot of people feel like this is his karma. They're comparing his, his fall from grace as Wendy Williams, 2.0, and this is kind of what comes with the lane. And I'm like, you know how long tabloids have been around?
Exactly. I mean, we can go back to Dear Abby. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, tabloids have been here. I don't believe the karma. It's entertainment. It's a job. I do believe, there are some things that he did that, people are saying that was disgusting, as far as he was dragging Britney Spears for her mental breakdown, and he was like pounding on her. And I was reading, online today that people feel like, this is karma for that. You know what I mean? But I mean, it is what it is. I think we all have our paths, and
speaking of karma, because like I said, I want to hear from the viewers a little later. Speaking of karma, I thought, because here's the thing, and this is why I added the Florida pastor here, Timothy Chaney. Okay, so I'm just going to speak briefly about him real quick. Polk County arrested this man. Same day that Sidney Favors, a man in a wig, was arrested for luring a 13-year-old boy to her hotel room, and is being accused of sodomizing him, molestation, all this, okay? And so he is being held without bond right now. This is what he looks like in a male facility, but he is being protected. He's in a vulnerable facility, which means, the same thing could be done to him, that he did to this child allegedly. We're just going to say allegedly. I was told by a few sources that this ain't the first time that Sidney has done something like this. Clearly, she knew the boy was a child and immediately took him upstairs. And so this Polk County pastor named Timothy Hakeem Cheneyfield was arrested and charged for sexually abusing a 14-year-old boy. Now, apparently, this 14-year-old boy was on a dating app. Okay, I don't know if his parents gave him permission. Ended up meeting up with the pastor. The pastor, listen, if you're from Polk County, hit the wine glass. I need to know because he's 42 years old. His name is Timothy Cheneyfield, and he is the pastor of St. James. I gotta look down and read it. He is the pastor of St. James United American Free Will Baptist Church. That's the name of the church. St. James United American Free Will Baptist Church. Maybe he believed in free will. And that's why he lured that 14-year-old boy up over to his house. These are the allegations in Winter Haven, Florida. He also worked as a chaplain at the Polk County schools. He is a carrier of HIV. Okay, so he has a house in Virginia. And after, I guess, the Polk County Sheriff's Department was alerted through a tip line that this had taken place, they conducted an investigation and found out that he had met the 14-year-old boy on a dating app, lured him. They had multiple Instagram conversations, picked the teen up from his neighborhood on at least 3 occasions, took him to his home in Eagle Lake and abused him there and exposed the 14-year-old boy to HIV. This leads me into Sidney Starr. Okay? This leads me into Sidney Starr because I am seeing, and I don't know if you saw it in the comments, they're saying that this is Sidney Starr's karma, which I think is absurd that karma would be in the form of a child. Okay? That's not how karma works. This is just another, this is pedophilic behavior. And two, they are blaming the parents.
I don't understand how they could blame the parents. If this teen, this little boy, was in a hotel, happened to go down for snacks or whatever, and ran into Sidney Starr down at the snack machine, it's not the parents' fault. It's Sidney Starr's fault. Okay, Sidney Starr, from what I've read, followed that boy throughout the lobby. Got tricked him out of his phone number, got him to come upstairs. Like, that's not the parents' fault.
And even posed as a woman. Said the boy didn't know that Sidney was a man. And then I'm being dragged on X right now for referring to this man as a man. Said I'm misgendering him. I said, you delusional ass ingrates. That's a whole man in a wig. They took off the wig and they put on the booking male, 5'9".
No wig, no bun, honey. No wig, no bun. Yeah.
Hashtag no bond. Hashtag no bond. But there's the thing. I spoke to the parents. They are lawyering up. They plan on fighting. One of the sentences carry, I believe it's like 25 years of life. I did speak to a young lady who booked the hotel room that Sidney Starr. Yeah. We interviewed her in its entirety on TashaKLive.com. But I have a snippet from that interview. I want to play it for you, and I want to know what you think. Go ahead.
Okay.
Hey, they're charging him directly with sodomy.
They did a rape kit on a little boy as well. Yeah, she did something to the boy. Like she gave, I know the family said they was, she didn't want to be getting no names, but she did try to she gave the little boy oral sex or whatever. And then when she tried to take it for the penetration, I think that's when the little boy started feeling uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? And they started to like tussle and fight, and he went to tell his family.
Did he start tussling because he found out that it was a man, or?
But I think.
Now,
whether it was a man or a woman is a moot point, but it being,
it's still a child.
Yeah, it's still a child, but being deceived like that as a child, I'm just sure that child is going to need therapy from here on out. Can you imagine? Yeah,
I can't. Ain't this how they become unalived?
That's what they say.
These are same laws that Obama passed to keep them protected.
I'm just waiting for the downfall of a lot of people who are allegedly doing some of similar things who
What you
are
mean?
online protesting as we speak.
You know what? Our favorite person got asked the question on social media yesterday because everybody was wondering, where's T.S. Manhand?
Another
Because
Timothy.
remember, this is her son. This is his son. Remember, Sidney Starr came to sit on my show to check me about T.S. Madison. Didn't know that I knew T.S. Madison longer than he had known him. But tell me, that's my mama. So everybody was waiting on what the mama had to say. And this is what the mama had. And listen, as you listen to this, I want you to listen to it clearly because I'm going to play what the mama really think. I'm going to pull up a little video and I'm going to play with the mama. Give me a second, shit, because I got to make sure I got this video ready. I got to make sure I got it ready because we're going to get to this. We sure are. There we go. All right, cool. Go ahead and play this video of T.S. Madison hearing about his son taking a child.
I was arrested for being with a 14-year-old child. I don't know. I'm on vacation. I don't know.
Pause. This is their advocate, by the way. This is the one that they chose to speak up for him. Now, mind you,
melting?
the business partner, Dominique Morgan, just got out of prison again for scamming trans people in their own community, like saying that she was going to bail them out of jail, took the money and bought bad wigs and clothes and installed a closet in his house. T.S. Madison protected him, and for him to sit there and say, "Oh, child, go ahead, finish it up." This is their advocate. This is their spokesperson. Go ahead.
This is why I tell y'all on my show, I like niggas that's over 30. Over 30. I don't even want you in your 20s. Over 30. I'm over 40, so you need to be over 30. You need to be over 40.
You see how you see how he instantly made it about him?
About him.
Didn't have no remorse for the parents or the child.
Didn't say it was wrong. Didn't condemn Sidney Starr for messing with a 14-year-old. Made it all about him and what he liked in the bedroom.
Let me tell you what he did. You know what he did to me one time. He got upset over my commentary about him. And he had relished in the fact that I had been touched when I was 5 and lied and said that it was my mama's boyfriend that did it. First of all, it was my uncle, okay? It was my uncle. And my mom did not allow that. My mom was the one that brought the case and got him in trouble. So, but this is what he had to say about me when he found out, because he was trying to use it as a dig towards me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why I'm thinking you're gonna say something about, you know, how wrong this is that somebody from your community, would do something like this to a child. You instantly made it about yourself, because I honestly believe that deep down inside, I can't prove it, especially with him coming from the street as a street walking prostitute, that there's no way he's never serviced a child. Let me pull this up real quick. Hold on.
And I'm laying on the sofa and her nigga come in there and
Hold on.
see, I know what I am. I know what I get up and do. I stand up and pee every time I get ready to, or I sit down and pee when I get ready. Bitch, I'm all things. I'm all of the things. I will operate in duality.
So he's coming at me, by the way. Clapping back at
When I look
me.
at you and I see that you always reflecting over your pussy.
Oh, God.
And I hear you talk about your pussy.
Now this is
And I'm like-
this is him responding to me standing up for black women, something that he's not a part of. Okay, so go ahead.
Is this the same pussy that when your
Y'all, can we start saying?
Shout out to the messy spot that caught this, because he took the video down from his channel, so you can't find the video, because we was gonna get ready to strike that for bullying. But shout out to the messy sweet spot. This is a voice, but just stay here and listen.
Ooh, I mean, both of them. They so vulgar, right? Saying dick and pussy, God damn it.
Hold
you
on.
know, but go ahead. Shit, we might have Christians in the room. You know,
Right.
Christians be watching this now.
She gonna get back to it. Hold on.
was over there smoking all that fucking crack,
Say my-
bitch,
Say my mama was
and
smoking
couldn't
crack.
save you from that nigga
What?
sticking his big thumb in that bitch, rolling it around.
Oh, no.
Is this that same pussy you talking about?
Come on now.
So
Michelle-
in what world would it be okay to use abuse of a child as a read?
Because he believes
Like, where-
in it.
I say this all the time. Like, they want to hold us accountable for misgendering, for being homophobic, for all of the things that they claim that we do. But the LGBTQIAX whatever community needs to hold their own accountable for the misogynistic, negative things that they say about women often. I don't understand that. But what one thing I wanted to make a point of too.
Please.
T.S. Manhands also tried to drag the DL Whisperer for being underage. For you remember when they was going through they little situation?
Yeah,
and
I
I don't
remember
want to.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
and
remember that. He ain't gonna get in trouble because we don't talk.
he-
He
well,
cool.
I know because
I
I'm not
know.
speaking for
Well, go
anybody.
ahead.
But I'm
What
just saying
happened?
he also got his minions to pull the DL Whisperers like past behavior and start saying what he was doing when he was 12 years old. So my thing is, I feel like that entire community, well, some of them are, they gloss over, things that happen to children, and I don't like that at all.
And they're usually the victims of this stuff.
Mhm.
And then they take it and use it as a dig. And then when their own is caught doing something that probably happened to them, because when you look at the percentages when it comes to the LGBTQ, a big portion of them almost say, I would not be this way if someone wouldn't have had prematurely touched me of the same sex. And so something that's been going on in churches and households and not every household, but most households, swept under the rug. You weren't protected, but you will use that same dig. And then the mere fact that people would get on social media and say, oh, this is Sidney Starr's karma, or it's the parents' fault as to why the child got touched.
Right. And again, he protested too much because the thing is, people were going to start, bringing up. You remember Kaya said the same thing. She walked out that basement because he had all them little boys and the spirits of little boys in the basement, allegedly. He had a glory hole down there with signatures of little boys that had been on his film, allegedly.
Larry Reid Live was down there. That's when Kaya got up and left. When she saw Larry Reid working for BET, working for Devon Franklin, getting casted on preacher shows, and has been accused of luring boys, buying them panties, and passing them a house in Virginia as a token of, his appreciation for, lending their innocence to him.
Not the rabbit hole going deeper.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I know where all their bones is buried. I know where all their test results is buried.
We just need to protect the children. That's all.
We have to protect the children. We have to protect the children because they ain't going to do it. They're going to blame it on somebody else. Just like he instantly just made it about him. Oh, ain't got nothing to do with me. It's this and that. And then Sidney Starr can't come out here and get back to work. Like,
And he made it so vulgar. I saw the entire clip where he was talking about I like a man that finished when I finish. I'm like, well, now you comparing a grown man to a 14-year-old. You know what I mean? Like, it was just very vulgar and very insecure. So to me, it was like he was, like I said, protesting too much. Let me get the smoke off myself. I don't mess with nobody underage. It's not about you. Everybody was talking about Sidney Starr and what Sidney Starr allegedly did to this 14-year-old little boy.
And he has come out to deny it, of course, and say he didn't do it. But they called him in the act. It happened at the hotel room. Why would that child lie? Why would you lie about your gender? Because y'all are being permitted to lie. And we're gonna talk about how them lies got passed into law on TashaKLive.com right after this, because we got Obama's best friend's son. Yeah. Doing the same thing, luring homeless gay men. Yes, okay, he's a senator. Yes, yes, he's a senator. Him and his daddy are senators. His daddy helped Obama get into office and helped him to structure the very laws that allows them to go out here and just be free and lie and set people up and catfish them. Yeah, and now the son of that very senator that's best friends with Obama. Matter of fact, this senator, I was told by one of the boys that we interviewed, well, he's a grown man. He's like 21, but this senator's in his 40s. He said that he has a picture of Obama above his bed, holding Obama's hand. Yeah, because he grew up with Obama and his daddy and Obama worked together in Chicago to help pass laws that help to protect predators. Yeah, we're going to talk about that on TashaKLive.com. You do have to subscribe. Because everybody missed that. Everybody was just, when the video came out, like there was a black man that exposed the video, and everybody was like, well, why would you do all this? And I'm like, you don't even know who he's talking about. You don't even understand how he was exploited. But that's another question. I got the callers coming up in here. Okay, hold on for a second. And before we get the callers up in here, we do got to go to commercial. Okay. Michelle, anything else you want to add to this before we let the callers up in here and go to commercial?
No, I just want to protect the children, and I want the trans community to hold their own accountable for the things that they do. The people who are the face of your community are known to do such horrible things in the public eye, which then puts a stain on the trans community. Everybody now is saying, oh, what Sidney Starr did is now making all trans look bad. What about what T.S. Manhan's been doing for decades? What about him opening a starter house for transgender, indigent transgender people and there's nobody in it? What about him accepting donations for this starter house and no one lives there? What about all of that? What about Dominique Morgan stealing money from the transgender community? What about that? No one's holding them to the standard that they want to hold everybody else to. And I don't understand it. That's it. That's all.
Listen, you know there was a reason why I brought you on the show. I knew you was gonna wake it up, sis. I knew they're gonna be tweeting in a minute. They're gonna be on X tweeting, losing that shit in a minute. They
And I didn't say all trans. I said the people who y'all are allowing to be the face of the transgender community. There are some people out there who are living their lives as women that are peaceful, that love women, that are respectful. We are respectful to them. I'm talking about the people who spew disrespect online towards women on the daily. That's what I'm talking about.
I love it.
Shout out to Flame Monroe. We love you.
I support you. Shout out to Flame Monroe too. I'm gonna get Flame Monroe on the show to talk about this too, because he has children. He says he, she, we. It doesn't matter. He old school trans. It don't matter. You don't get all bit out of shape. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate you and I support everything that you're doing, and you stay on their fucking neck. You understand me?
And Will, thank you so much for inviting me.
Y'all make sure y'all follow and support Michelle A.T. Alien straight from the A everywhere. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Go to her blog, Straight from the A, and Patreon, Straight from the A, correct?
I am A.T. Alien.
All right, let's go. We support our own around here.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Bye, sis. All right,
bye, y'all. Bye, winos.
Listen, I need help with this heavy topic today, okay? And so, listen, after we go to break, we're going to go to break. I'm going to let you guys up in here. Peaches Royale has the link. You guys are permitted to call in. Once the callers are done, we'll shut off the show and we'll head over to TashaKLive.com. Remember, this is your show. Y'all built this. And so, y'all are grown and y'all should express y'all voices. And so, what I want to know from you is that, do you feel that this is Perez, Hilton's karma? And do you feel like it's the parents' fault when it comes to, these young boys being exploited by grown men? And I did hear from a source that Sidney Starr was sick, okay, and could have allegedly, exposed this young boy, but she did ask him on the elevator, from what I'm being told, from a source that is connected to the family. And of course, we spoke to the family, that he asked the little boy if he had any condoms. And so maybe because he knew something there. But do you think it's the parents' fault? And do you feel like this is Perez Hilton's karma? Please hit the link, the StreamYard link. We'll bring you guys in right after the show. We got some sponsors we need to brag about, which means the Bully Razor Glass. So we'll be right back. Let's go. Umi. be a thick luxury towel infused with essential oils and pre-moistened for a full body refresh in seconds. This is one of their essential oil infused towels, not wipes, okay? They have essential oil, eucalyptus, the unscented one for those of y'all that just don't like scents or whatnot. The lemon, I used this on yesterday's show. The lavender infused, as well as many other scents. To stay fresh, clean, and confident anytime and anywhere like me, visit tryumi.com today and use my coupon code TK20 to get $20 off your first order. $20, okay? This is the biggest discount code we don't ever had. Yes, sir. Let's go.
Good loving, body rocking, knocking boots all night long, baby. Said, give me some good love. Somebody rocking, knocking the boots. One more time. Said, give me some good love. Somebody rocking, knocking the boots. I love y'all.
Watch this full program and other exclusive content on www.TashaKLive.com.
It keeps saying TashaKLive.com. Y'all, don't forget, okay? August 1st, we rolled out a discount on our Everything is Allegedly tickets to see us on tour. And so it started on the 1st, is on the 5th today at midnight. So you got until 12 a.m. tonight to secure your $25 ticket. That was $40. Okay, now it's $25. You do have to go to my website, TashaKOnStage.com, TashaKOnStage.com, TashaKOnStage.com to reserve your ticket at a 45% discounted rate that ends tonight, okay? All right, so can't wait to see y'all when I pull up to your city, okay? Yes, sir. So listen, before the break, we were discussing a very heavy topic. You know, we had to go there today. No one died or lost their life, but I think this was a conversation that needed to be had, especially when it deals with our children and mental health. And so I sought the help of, you know, someone that I look up to in the blogging community who has been around longer than me, Michelle A.T. Alien, and we discussed Perez Hilton, who we both grew up following, who self-mutilated himself on TikTok Live last night. It was extremely brutal. And then, of course, Sidney Starr in the aftermath, that a lot of people are saying that this is Sidney Starr's karma. And I'm kind of confused as to why karma would come in the body of a 14-year-old boy. Why do we want a child to be somebody's karma to put them in jail? And so I get what people are trying to relay, but at the same time, I feel like things like this kind of get taken, you know, out of context and could really send the wrong message that we want children to be the downfall of adults, and that's not the case. We want to protect children. And then, of course, last but not least, a pastor lured a 14-year-old boy to his home and exposed this 14-year-old boy, whose identity is being protected, to HIV, okay? And so I want to hear from y'all. The link is in the chat. Please hit the link. Once you guys are done calling in, we will head over to TashaKLive.com to discuss who we got on TashaKLive.com today. Before I let the callers up in here, hold on for a second. I sent them topics there earlier. So let me pull them up really quick. I know definitely we're going to be talking about Hunter Biden, Obama's best friend and his child. We're also going to be discussing Cartel Bo being arrested, okay? Big Tigger. Big Tigger is unfortunately in a photo with the missing girl who's had a missing persons report, his wife's daughter. Yeah, okay, so this photo has definitely surfaced, and we're also going to be talking about Cassie's mail lawsuit, the escort that we interviewed and said that Cassie had, you know, aborted his baby and gave him a VD. He sued Cassie because he was trying to get some of that money. He lost. Okay, so we're going to be discussing that and much more on TashaKLive.com. You do have to subscribe there. So who's the first caller? Who do we got? Guys, please make sure you got your microphones on and your internet is good. State your name and where you're calling from.
Yes, Tasha K.
Hey, boo, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hi. First of all, I love what you do. You know,
I love you
I've been
too, but what's your
watching
name?
channel for years.
What's your name?
And I want to say thank you for standing up for our community when it comes to our youth and our children. We need more people like you and other people standing up for our children. Now, I want to elaborate when you say generational patterns with the parents. That is very important because it does start at home. That's where it normally happens. It starts somewhere. And for our children to be, being accused of the crime that the adults are doing, the children should never be responsible. And it does have a lot to do with their parenting. If they're not in a right home, their parents ain't caring about our youth. And I notice, especially in Atlanta, with the Black community in Atlanta, we need us to stand together for the children. And in my with this situation, I don't believe the 14-year-old is to blame. It's just sad that people is always victim bashing when people come out with their stories, and it's hurtful. So I'm going to support you and your channel all the way through with this movement and spread the knowledge to it. And I'm going to get in touch with you behind
Okay.
scenes.
Thank
Because
you.
there's other issues. There's an interviewer in
Hold on,
Atlanta
pause real
doing
quick.
the same thing to our
Thank
youth.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Shayna Shake. There's an echo coming. Let me listen to this. Hold on for a second. They're saying that there's an echo, a strong echo when the caller comes in. Let me see if we can get that out of here. Hold on.
Guys, please make sure you got your microphones on and your internet is good.
Oh, her TV was on in the background. Guys, please make sure. Okay, guys, please. Remove her. Thank you. Guys, please make sure your TVs and everything is quiet. It does interrupt the viewer experience if we're not able to hear you. And please, when I ask you to state your name and where you're calling from, please state that as well, okay? The link is up. If you guys don't hit the link, we will be ending, okay? Peaches, drop the link for them, please. Being beautifully honest, please drop the link so that a few more callers can get in here. Okay, the StreamYard link, because we definitely want to hear from you. Do you feel like this is Perez Hilton's karma? J-Listed, how you doing?
Hey, Tasha, doing well. How are you?
Good. Where you calling from?
Chi-Town, baby, Chi-Town.
Shout out to Chicago. Okay, boo, we pulling up. So what do you want to comment on?
Real quick about both Perez Hilton and then the Sidney Star situation.
All right, let's make it quick because I don't want it to run too long, but go ahead.
Yeah, so the Perez Hilton thing, your breakdown made me see it totally differently because I'm looking at, like, at first I thought he was going to take his life. I didn't want to watch the video. All I was like prayers and thoughts for his children. But then when you did the whole Ariana Grande comparisons, and he's known to be a stunt queen, like throughout his whole time as far as being a blogger. So at this point, I don't even know what to think. My thoughts are for his children and his family. I'm just like, it'll do what it's going to do. Yeah, I hear an echo, but my TV is off, y'all, so it ain't me.
Okay, maybe there's something we need to mute on our end. Shake, is there something we need to mute on our end? Because if they're hearing an echo, when it says it echoes again.
Yeah, all of my sound is off.
Okay.
But
I'm
fine. But about
go ahead.
Sidney Star situation, anybody out there who's saying that the 14-year-old is part to blame, we need to identify who they are and tell it to their employers and stuff like that, because that is sick as hell. First of all, Sidney is well over 30. I don't know if he or she's even closer to 40. But to mess around with anybody under 18 at Sidney's age is uncalled for. I don't even care if the 14-year-old beat Sidney upside the head and put a gun to her and say, hey, take advantage of me or else. I'd rather die. You know what I mean?
Okay. Hold on for a second, G-Listed. Can you guys still hear the echo? Hold on for a second. Is the echo still there?
You want me to say something?
The callers are echoing. I wonder why the callers are echoing when Michelle came in and she wasn't echoing. So I'm trying to, it's not as bad. So it may be that TV feedback, Shaq. Huh? Okay, close YouTube like while you're on. Do you still have YouTube open?
No, I'm just on.
Because we do. I mean, these callers really want to hear what y'all are saying. No, they're saying that it's coming through. Slank, listen to it on the YouTube real quick. I don't hear it as well either. You're listening? Okay. All right, go ahead. So what were you saying? And before we move on to the next caller, I apologize.
No problem. So just about the whole 14-year-old situation, anybody who's saying it's the 14-year-old's fault need to be identified and talk to their employees like everybody else does when they say crazy stuff on X or whatever platform. Because ain't no way a 30-some or 40-some-year-old individual should be doing anything with a 14-year-old. I don't even care how enticing or whatever the 14-year-old said it doing. Sydney knows better. Sydney needs to be accountable. And I'm calling you out, T.S. Madison, directly. You know who I am. We've met several times. Love you down. But for you to get on your video talking about you on vacation, you only mess with 30-year-olds and up. You could have used that same time that you said all that you said on your Instagram or whatever it was to call Sidney out. And then for those of you who are on X defending T.S. Madison and saying they ain't been friends in years, that's a damn lie, because we just saw on TashaKLive.com Sidney being interviewed by Tasha, and she called up T.S. Madison, and Tasha and T.S. Madison had an exchange of words. So if they weren't friends and all of that stuff, why did Sidney call T.S. Madison her mama? T.S. Madison agreed to that term and to their relationship. And so, look, she didn't have to like go all off on Sidney, but she could have just acknowledged Sidney is wrong. And you know what? I don't want to say too much about it, but I just want to let everybody know I don't condone that stuff. That's all you had to say. You didn't have to make it about you and your sexual preferences. Nobody cares about that. And all of you, and one more thing, I'm sorry, Tasha. And all of you in the LGBTQ community, because I may have been running the block for gay people and stuff like that, but I'm not in the community because I don't agree with all that BS and that nonsense that y'all either be quiet on or that y'all defend and throw capes for. Y'all who ain't calling Sidney out or trying to make it, it ain't all trans people, y'all just as guilty for the stuff that Sidney Star and other people be doing, because all you had to do was call it out. Nobody's making it about all trans people. Y'all are trying to pacify what Sidney did when Sidney needs to be condemned, and I'm done.
I appreciate you. G, listen, just so you know, they're dragging you in the chat because of your shirt.
Oh, I used to work at Grindr, so whatever.
Oh, okay. Look,
like and I got a whole bunch of the shirts, so what? You know what? And let me tell you this. There's a lot of people who've seen me in my shirts over the last 6-7 years, and they used to try to like clown me about it and stuff, and then secretly ask me for a shirt. So don't even
I was going to ask you for one. You make sure you have one for me in Chicago, okay?
I got you, love.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much, G. Listen, I appreciate you. Shout out to Chicago. We pull it up to Chicago. Them tickets on sale right now, discounted. Okay, from $40 to $25. Go to my site, TashaKOnStage.com, to reserve them now before the special ends and they're back up to $40. Who's next? I did see the gay agency in here. I'm going to talk to the gay agency. You wait right there. Because you wait right there, gay agency, okay? Don't go nowhere. Who's next?
What's good, Tasha K? How's you doing, Tasha K? How's it going?
Fantastic. Give me a second. I just want to make sure that there is no echoing, okay? Shay, you could, since he's not showing his face, just only let his voice through and give me full screen. Give me full screen.
Oh, you want me to show my face? I don't mind showing my face. You want me to show my face?
You don't mind showing it? If you show your face, then we'll let you up. If not, it's just going to be your voice. Okay, Shay, you can put it back up. All right, cool. All right, no problem. We just want to make sure that you guys are real people. So what's your name? Where you calling from?
My name is Ronnie Ron. I'm calling from Miami. What's happening? Miami, Florida. Hometown.
Shout out to Miami. I appreciate you. What do you want to speak on? Perez Hilton?
I'm mad at you, Tasha K, because you're not coming to Miami, man.
I live in Miami. Y'all see me all the time.
You still doing events in Miami?
I just don't like Florida because Florida is not surprised by anything or anybody. And y'all decide on the day of whether or not y'all gonna come out or not. And y'all did that on my last tour. It was like, bro, y'all coming or not? I'll think about it. You know, like that's just how y'all are. But the rest of this they understand. Like it costs money to put this stuff together. I'll put something together for Florida. I'll probably have a birthday party or something in Florida. Y'all come up to Panama City.
I do a meet and greet. You do that, do a meet and greet. I do a meet and greet.
Okay, I got you. What you want to comment on, Perez Hilton or Cindy Star?
On Perez Hilton, the thing that I don't think this is his. I think this is his karma for bashing people for so many years. So I think it's the karma coming back to bite him. And not only that,
really.
Yes, I think even the whole aspect of him. Remember, he went off on a lot of celebrities, told a lot of lies. So it's just how it is, man. The universe is gonna respond the way you treat people. So if you treat people wrong, that's how life goes. So I don't really feel bad for Perez Hilton. I just don't.
Okay. Well, listen. Like I said, here's the thing too. When you comment on people's lives, you're a public figure. Everything that happens to you will be eventually public, and so that's why I tell everybody, like, especially with the Roland Martin situation that we had yesterday. You know, had he would have just been forthcoming and honest, I think people wouldn't care. People will see him as more authentic, more real. But the fact that they're just trying to hide this part of themselves, and then when they end up cracking, everybody's like, oh my God, look, see? You know what I'm saying? Instead of showing your vulnerability and authenticity as you grow with your viewers. And I think that's one of the things that kind of sent him over the ledge was the fact that he did not have real supporters. There were people online that watched him, but they did not like really with him like that. Like he never went on tour, or, you know, had that rapport with his viewers, because if they did, they would have kept him sane. My viewers keep me in check, bro. They be like, hey.
But he don't like correction. One thing about Perez Hilton, he don't like correction, because there've been time when I seen documentary of people that trying to correct him. People like, no, he's always in his ego. So that's just how life is.
That's a big thing too. That's a big thing. I'm not exempt from that as well. But thank you so much. I appreciate you calling
Sidney
in.
Star, the thing was, I heard.
Oh, you want to talk about Sidney Star? Okay,
yeah,
go ahead.
not that, but you mentioned it. I don't think it fell a lot of people's head about the Barack Obama protecting the LGBTQ community. So I think he's gonna be protected regardless of the fact. I don't think Sidney Star gonna do time. I'm just being honest. I don't think so.
You really think so?
No, I think Sidney Star gonna get off.
Why?
I don't like it. I think because of the aspect of the Obama law that he put into place, it protects them.
Because of them laws that Obama passed?
Yes.
I have to go through all the laws.
Yeah,
I have to go through all of them.
Look up the laws. But it's nice but make sure you do a show in Miami, man. We got you, man. We got
all right. Okay. All right, cool. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'll see you when I have a show in Miami, okay? All right, no problem. All right, so who's next? Jay Prince?
Hey, Tasha.
I see you came without the bonnet today.
Yeah, I want to talk about the Sidney Star. Now, I want to know, do I got to be nice, or can I just be authentically me with all the bumps and hairs?
You can be authentic, but just don't say no words that's going to get my video demonetized.
So I think what Sidney Star did, I think it's black women's fault. And the reason why, this is why I say that black women shouldn't vote and people shouldn't take black women serious, because when us black men were trying to fight against these black men.
Stop. I was almost agreeing with you until the misogyny slid in.
What is misogyny? That's some new words.
I do believe the comfortability that comes with trans women that are a problem like Sidney Star is women's fault, because we have welcomed them into the space, okay? But let's not forget that it's black men that keep them there with their DL activities. So what we're not finna do is say that's the reason why black women shouldn't vote, when it was Obama that passed laws to protect them.
Well, Obama biracial.
I'm ready for you to troll today.
Every time something like
this your job. Go ahead. You ain't got no job, so I'm ready for you to troll today.
Every time something happened, right, they want to remove themselves from accountability. When black men, it always have to go to something worse happening for black women to listen to black men. We've been telling black women no, and ain't no black men should be walking around here no dresses and purses. Then when they end up beating y'all in y'all sports or walking or having access to the female's bathroom, now y'all crying and the bitch and complaining. I think that black men should step aside, since black women fought with the government to feminize black men, to make because that's all this stuff is all about, to feminize black men. Black women was okay with that. So black heterosexual men should step to the side and let black women figure this out.
I'm going to say this too, and I'm going to dead your whole argument. You do realize that it's not just black women and black men that are affected by the laws that are passed. There are something called white trans men. There's something called lady boys. So we're not the only.
But they always been that way. Whites always been that way.
No. Listen, but you're trying to marginalize it and just put it as a black thing when the trans started with the Jews. Goodbye.
Yeah, but they came. But
Get off my screen. Drop his ass. He don't even know his history. Want to blame black people for stuff. He don't even know the first trans center was in Germany. Done by Jews. Get out of here. Go read a book, bro. And I was in the 9th grade 3 years, and I know that. Who's next? Hey, Queen Tulsa. Hey, boo. How you doing?
Girl, how you doing? I got my bonnet on today.
You calling from Tulsa, of course.
Tulsa, Oklahoma. Yes, I am.
So
okay, drop me down and just hear my voice.
It's okay. Who you want to talk about? Perez Hilton, do you feel like this is karma, or you want to comment on Sidney Starr and this pastor luring 14-year-old boys?
Well, I want to say briefly that Perez Hilton, his white privilege is up. When it comes to Sidney Starr and T.S. Madison is very quiet on the creek. Madison has a history of hanging around individuals like this. When it comes to Larry Reed, when it comes to Sidney, when it comes to Dominique, it just kind of seems like she's okay with crime. That's the problem. Now, what I do have a problem is this is not just an LGBT problem. This is a worldwide problem. Heterosexual people get violated. I think you spoke on that earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And who else did we have on the docket?
We had that pastor, that pastor
Okay,
Timothy Cheneyfield, okay? Lured a 14-year-old boy and gave him HIV.
Let's head into the heterosexual community. In the church, you went and met a 14-year-old boy, not once, not twice, but 3 times, and you infected him. We need to speak on the heterosexual abuse. That's it. That's all.
Wow.
How you doing?
I'm good. Put that down. Put that down. Thank you, Queen Tulsa. That was a word. That was a mouthful. I don't think y'all really. That was a lie. And Queen Tulsa is trans. Plug that. Okay, who's next? Hey, what's your name, baby? Where you calling from?
My name is Sonia, and I am calling from Clantucky, aka Kentucky.
Okay, Clantucky, aka Kentucky. You paying them taxes down there, so you ain't got no problem. But what's going on?
Yeah, I was raised in Texas though, and I hate it. I want to comment on that pastor and the Sidney Starr. I didn't get to hear about the other man that you were speaking of.
Good, but go ahead. What's your comment?
Okay, this is what I need to say. Everybody wants to blame the parents. You can raise a child, you can teach a child, you can tell them everything they need to know about crime and all that other kind of stuff. At the end of the day, they're still going to do what they want to do out of curiosity. And those young men did not know that those were men. So if that young man was fighting, once he realized, okay, this is a man and not a woman that I'm getting with, it's not his fault. And those 2 pedophiles, because that's what they are, they need to go up under the prison. And y'all gotta excuse my face. I'm sitting here where I need to get lined up and snatched.
It's okay.
For those that like to drink.
Child, they don't even be knowing. I be having a few of them too. Look, it's something that come with age.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
but
you good, sister. Go ahead.
Yeah, but that's all I wanted to say. And all of that, they know what they're doing. Those men know what they're doing, and they're seeking out little boys to do this stuff too. And as for, I don't want to get your channel, but TS Rock Ass Man Hands, it seems like she don't have a problem with what they're doing. She speaks on everyone else's crimes, but but she's a former prostitute herself. I'm sorry, himself.
Himself.
Yeah, himself. He's a
Okay.
former prostitute. So it seems like he doesn't have a problem with it. So it makes me think, what is in his mind, and how many kids have he violated for him to feel so nonchalant about it? And he doesn't have anything to say. And I'm on vacation, but you've been on vacation before talking about other people's crimes. So let's
Exactly.
go on and call it like it is. But anyway,
Thank you
I know
so
other
much.
people want to talk and everything. So girl, I'll talk. And girl, you're looking good. And I like them
Thank you.
earrings. Yes,
Thank you,
ma'am.
boo.
And
Thank
as
you.
a 60-year-old queen myself, I know what it's like to be looking good. You
You
stay
heard her.
blessed,
Okay,
be
boo.
blessed, and have a wonderful day.
I love you. See, they
That's
don't teach
right.
that.
Tilt them shades.
Okay, baby. They don't teach that kind of confidence no more. Thank you, boo. They don't teach that no more. They don't teach that. They need to teach it in school. They need to teach that type of confidence in school. Check. They're still saying that there's a strong echo. Do you feel like it's their mic talking into my mic? That's why I was covering it. Slight, did you hear an echo?
Mm-hmm.
It was strong.
Yeah, I said it sounded like the TV was getting picked up by the microphone. I said,
How does Jasmine? We need to call Jasmine. She the only one know how to turn that off. Huh? Yeah, because the sound is not coming from the TV, is it? Hold on for a second, y'all. We're going to let some more callers up in here. I just want to make this a pleasurable experience for y'all. Hold on. Shek said he's going to try something. Y'all, Jasmine's not here today. She's out celebrating her birthday. Okay, so our show is not as smooth as it runs, and Shek doesn't run this every day. So, he doesn't know all the tricks and trades now, even though he did set it up. But, when you don't work something every day, it takes a little time. So, y'all, make some noise for Shek, okay? They say he's echoing too. Okay. All right, and so real quick, don't forget, guys, today is the last day you could get your tickets discounted. General admission only to see me on tour, TashaKOnStage.com. They are discounted from $40 on general admission to $25. It ends at midnight, so secure all your tickets now before they go back to $40. And don't think I'm doing this because they ain't selling. They selling. I just want everybody to be able to come and see me, okay? Put this on. I got to take off my... What you mean? Hold on for a second, y'all. We're going to let somebody else up in here. Okay. All right. Okay. So what you about to do? I'm going to hear the callers through this? Hold on. He trying to get me a headset. So I guess we can minimize that echo. Because he believes the TV is feeding the echo. All right. Let me hear, Shay. Okay, let somebody in. All right, we're going to take a quick break. You guys wait backstage. Wait in the chat. Make sure you like this video, guys. Please like this video. We work hard bringing this content together. We're going to we're going to check some stuff, and then we'll come right back, and we're going to let more callers in, okay? Let's go. You can avoid the stress of nursing shortages and maintain the highest standard of patient care. Judah Medcare LLC is a South Carolina state licensed employment agency providing premium professional health care and staffing solutions. They connect hospitals, clinics, and care facilities with highly qualified, dependable caregivers tailored to your unique shift needs, okay? Now visit Judah Medcare LLC or call 803-233-7554. That's 803-233-7554 to find your next staff solution.
Good loving, body rocking, knocking boots all night long. Oh, baby, said give me some good love. Somebody rocking, knocking the boots. One more time. Say give me some good love. Somebody rocking, knocking the boots. I love y'all.
Watch this full program and other exclusive content on www.TashaKLive.com.
All right, guys. First of all, can you hear me? Is what I need to know, because I have the sound coming through my ear right now. They can hear me? Slank, can you hear me? Okay. All right, cool. So we're going to go ahead and let the caller in. We're going to hope this echo leaves. We'll see you in just a second here, okay?
All right. Oh, wait a minute.
Girl, you trying to kill me. Child, I want my eardrums. Don't Foxy Brown me.
My bad.
Okay, turn her down just a little bit. You got
okay, is this better?
Just down. I'm telling my team to turn you down just a little bit because you loud. It's not you. It's my team. But there is an echo. There's still echo on my end. It's like repeating.
Wait a minute. Okay, is this better?
Okay. All right, can you hear me? Nope, the echo's gone. Echo's gone. Okay, so what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hi, my name is Julia, and I am in Kingsland, Georgia.
Okay, shout out to Kingsland, Georgia. Who do you want to comment on? Perez Hilton? You feel like this is karma, or you want to talk about Sidney Starr and that pastor?
Sidney Starr. But so I do want to comment on Sidney Starr. I really do, and I do want to say something briefly about Perez Hilton too. I really do hate that if he is having something going on, mentally, I do hope and pray that he gets the help that he needs. And I hope it's not a troll. But yeah, I hope it's not a troll. But as far as Sidney Starr is concerned, I hope he gets everything everything he's supposed to get because he knows better. And I do not believe that it is the parents' fault, and I don't believe it's the child's fault either because he's a young man. He's young. He didn't know that man was a man. By the way he looked, he thought he was a woman. And like the other caller said, he was just curious. So to have some grace with that, but he knew exactly what he was doing. Sidney knew exactly what he was doing with that. So I'm just glad that he finally got caught up in his shenanigans because it doesn't seem like this is his first time doing it. But I hope this is his last time doing it. And I hope he go up under the jail. And like you said in your video the other day, he got all the D he could ever want where he is at.
Okay. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you.
All right, boo. All right, guys. Remember, guys, you can call in and give comments for the next 10, 15 minutes on Perez Hilton. What'd you say? Yep. On Perez Hilton. Do you feel like, this is just karma, or what are your comments on, I guess the 13 and 14-year-old boys that were lured by extra grown men, 40-year-old grown men, and one was exposed to HIV. Who's next? The Gagency. How you doing, the Gagency? Put them down. Yeah. How you doing, the Gagency? I can't hear you. Hello, the Gagency. Unmute yourself. All right, we'll come back to you. Who's next? Hey, what's your name and where you calling from? Shake, is there something wrong with the audio? Because I can't hear nobody.
I'm sorry. That better?
Okay. What's your name? Where you calling from?
My name is Natasha, and I'm from Kentucky.
Okay. We got a lot of Kentucky callers today. I got to do a show in Kentucky.
Yeah,
okay, cool.
we still looking for Mitch. We don't know where he is yet.
Okay. So that's a whole nother topic. But what do you want to discuss today?
So I want to touch on two things. First thing I want to touch on was Sidney Starr. His choice in being a trans has nothing to do with his pedophilia. The highest rate of pedophilia is among white Christian men. So I don't think the sexuality has anything to do with it. It's just a choice that a person makes.
Okay.
And on Perez Hilton, I think it's very important to discuss mental health among people, Black, white, men, women. I lost my son 6 years ago. He made a choice that he did not want to live anymore. So I think it's important that we make mental health more of a discussion than taking digs at people. And maybe he's doesn't have the best character, but he's still a human being at the end of the day. And if there's anyone out there that's struggling with mental health, there are places that you can reach out to. People don't understand the difficulty of a person losing a child that way, and the hurt that it leaves behind. So before someone makes that choice, just think about the people that you leave behind that feels guilt because of the choice that person made.
Okay. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for calling in, and I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
No problem. Real quick, I wanna touch on that. I wanna add to that because, you know, we talk about mental health, and there's mental health centers. There are, you know, therapists that you can talk to, and a lot of times, from my own experience, I'm speaking from my own experience. What led me into severe, what I would call like a severe mental health, not a psychosis, but like a depression or anxiety, or maybe my thoughts are racing, is when I felt like I have ran out of options. When I've exhausted myself and I've not gotten anywhere, and I'm in a reactive state of mind, a state of being, and instead of being proactive and diligently planning my life, when I allow certain elements of my life to be overtaken by me just reacting and not diligently being in control of me, in projecting or blaming others for what's going on with me, is what led me to feel like sometimes in the past that I just don't think there's any reason for me to be here because I've ran out of options. And this topic really touched, close to me because I know what it feels like to run out of options. But if sometimes we just stop, it's like when you're on an algorithm and you're just scrolling, and that algorithm, that scroll feed doesn't stop. You have to stop. You have to pause. Racing thoughts, meditation, silences racing thoughts, whether they're thoughts that tell you to self-destruct, self-sabotage, or whether to just keep going when your body can no longer keep up with your thoughts. Meditation helps to quiet that. And so I have tools that I use and that I enact whenever my anxiety is on 10. I could be overly stressed. I could have people in my life that I'm allowing to stress me out, that is throwing energy my way. It could just be work. It could just be me, just my body just needing a break. And so when I don't give it a break, it wants to break. And sometimes it has gone to the point where it's like, well, maybe I just need to break out of here. Because you just want everything to be quiet. You want everything to be still. You don't want to hear anything. You don't want to see anything. But also, you have gotten so used to being in an overdrive. And one of the things that led to my hyperthyroidism is because I don't know when to stop. When to say, it's okay, Tasha, you can sit down. You good. You ain't hungry no more. You know, your lights ain't going to get cut off. Your bills can get paid now. There's a way, and this will pass. So I just kind of wanted to share that. You said, do not meditate is demonic. I'm not finna go there. I'm not even finna go. I don't even know why I read that ignorant ass comment out loud. Meditation, sitting in quietness and hearing God is demonic. Who's next? Hey, boo. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, my name
Hey,
Lux.
boo.
I'm calling from Tampa. What's up?
Hey, shout out. We got Florida, Kentucky in the house today. So what you want to comment on? Perez Hilton? Where you go?
Oh, you
Where you?
glitching. Oh, it's glitching.
Hello. All right, drop it down until she get her stuff together. Who's next? Hey, boo. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hello, my name is Kim, and I'm calling from Patterson, New Jersey.
All right. Shout out to Patterson, New Jersey. What you want to comment on, Perez Hilton or Sidney Star?
Sidney Star, and I wanted to comment on that because of the clip that you did do about the girl from Patterson, New Jersey. And overall, I just felt like it's a mental and a spiritual crisis going on because I was a victim in the same fashion as the girl in Patterson. So I think that is very important, even though it's ugly. Everybody has their sides, but it's very important for us to all start speaking up on our trauma and addressing these points so that we all collectively be better. But as far as Sidney, I believe that something happened to her and she does need well, yes, him, exactly him. Something happened to him and he needs spiritual and trauma, sessions going on to help him out. Not just him, it's plenty of them, but accountability. How many of them will take accountability for what actually happened to them, being transparent and seeking the help and not just letting it fester to the point that this is turning generational across all races, no matter where you are.
Okay. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And I'm going to drop her down. I'm going to piggyback off of that real quick because we, a lot of times I don't really go into this. You can drop her down. Thank you so much. You know why I'm advocate about saying him when it's a man in a wig? It's because, when you see people go through psychosis or mental health breakdowns and maybe they develop some type of bipolar schizophrenia, it's because of what they are telling their minds to believe or what's been told to them to believe. And when you believe a lie for so long, that could turn into delusion. That delusion could turn into psychosis. That can turn into a mental health breakdown because you can't distinguish what's real and what's fake. I'm a realist. Honest. Take me as I am. And I don't like to be lied to. I don't like to be, led in a different direction. And I don't like being with. I don't like being fucked with at all. You're not finna play with me. You're not finna have me thinking I'm crazy for calling somebody that was born with a penis a man. And you're not going to, you're not going to make me feel bad for doing that because I want to stay in a very real, right-minded mind. Who's next? Okay. Hey, boo, what's your name? Where you calling from?
I'm Brenda Huggins calling from Cali.
Hey, Brenda, calling from Cali. What you want to comment on, Perez Hilton or Sidney Star?
I wanted to comment on Sidney Star. I feel like, okay, he wants to be portrayed as a woman, dresses up as a woman, and acts like a woman. Sometimes he acts like a barbaric because always trying to fight men and women. But okay, why would he pick some little boys and then why would he be trying to do what he was doing to the little boys? Why didn't he pick some grown men to do that too? And I mean, what is he? Is he bisexual or because he's trying to be a woman, but he's acting that part? What he was doing is something that two men do together. It's very confusing.
That's a gay man in a wig preying on kids.
Exactly. Why he didn't get gay men to do that, and he would have had a lot of fun.
Don't nobody want Sidney Star. Sidney Star came up into my studio smelling like butt, booty, rank, and told me personally he hadn't showered in 2 days, but hired a makeup artist because we was down there at the Now That's TV reunion when I was getting into it with the men in wigs, okay? And they was trying to fight me for calling him a man, right? Reminding them, hello, I don't know what you've been believing all these years, but you are a man, sir. That's all I see. I'm sorry. But he was down there fighting and carrying on, being drugged across the floor. And then came into my studio and told me he hadn't showered in 2 days. And when I tell you we had to use so much Lysol, so many bleach wipes, Bath and Body Works sprays to get that funk up out of the room. But that's all I wanted to say. There anything else you want to touch on before I move on to the next caller? We got a few minutes. I can't hear you, baby. Take your man. We can't hear you.
Freaky Petra. The freaky preacher that's giving that gave the young man the HIV.
Yeah, what's going on with him?
Well, it seemed like because he got that he wanted. Why would he pick little boys to do that too? Why didn't he go back out there into the male community where he got it from?
Right, because he knew they was gonna probably unalive him.
Yeah, so he needs to get life in prison. He should get life in prison. That's all I wanted to say.
He will. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. So listen, guys, I gotta end here. I appreciate y'all calling in. These were some tough topics today. I appreciate y'all being open-minded. Like I said, I don't cover death or anything like that. So we try to keep it, above water so that people can respond. Like I said, Perez Hilton has responded and said that he wants prayers. Given that torturous live stream that he uploaded last night, that TikTok has since taken down of him appearing to self-mutilate himself and depict what Ariana Grande did in a music video. And it was just, I wouldn't wish that on no one. And also regarding Sidney Starr, the comments of whether or not it's the parents' fault. Where are the parents? Yeah, where are the parents? But is it their fault? We all got kids. We know how kids can be rebellious. You know how they don't listen. They gotta touch. Some of us have kids that gotta touch the fire before they need to get burnt so they can come back and be like, "Oh, mama, daddy, I see what you're talking about." Some children are just like that. Okay, some kids are just like that. So, real quick, give me a second here. We got a Black author. We got to shout out. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Okay. Let me make sure I pull it up. And real quick, I got to tell y'all, because y'all see these arms and stuff getting lean? Y'all see my appetite control? Give me a second. Hold on. Okay. So today we're featuring a book by Dr. Katrina S. Chance called Mind Your Business with Heart. All right. Very, very good book written by someone with an actual PhD. Okay. No Dr. Cheyenne, no Cheyenne Bryan here. Okay. Now, ready to build a stronger business and lead with purpose. Discover Mind Your Business with Heart. Part 2 by Dr. Katrina S. Chance. This practical leadership guide gives business owners, nonprofits, and educators the tools to create substantial success. Get your copy today and lead with heart at itstashak.com/book club. You guys know that I'm highlighting all of our Black doctors and just authors in the community that can just help educate us and just brighten our minds and help to reset our moods or whatnot. And so I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. And also, guys, real quick, a lot of y'all been asking, okay, appetite control. You see it leaning out. You see the face getting slim. Don't make me I'm going to get a before and after. Whenever I got to get ready to do something, I know how to get the weight off. Period. Okay. And it's my appetite control, appetite suppression. These active A Pluvy drops tells your brain, your stomach, that you ain't hungry when you hungry. So if you get hungry, pop some of these in some water. Okay. Drink it. It's going to tell your brain and your stomach, it's going to talk to each other and be like, you ain't hungry yet. You ain't hungry yet. Because true enough, if you big, like my back was big, stomach was big and whatnot, look, y'all be, you see it? Oh, look, but here's the thing. I got my no titty dress on today. It's my no titty, my little titty dress on. So I can't wear these dresses without a bra. So I have to put on a bra, a very tight bra. Okay. When I wear these dresses, I'm not going to be, I'm going to wear my summer dresses for little titty women. And I'm going to buy me some little titties one day. So trying to give y'all too much back there because it was cutting low. It's cutting low. But like I was saying, you want to go ahead and, reduce your calorie intake, which leads to you losing weight, is by reducing your caloric intake. You need appetite suppression if you don't have the willpower to just say no. If you're a snacker all day, you sit at your job all day, you're on the computer and you don't have time to go exercise, you can lose weight by not exercising, guys. Happens all the time by just you know, lowering your caloric intake. You get under 1,000, 1,200 calories a day. Trust me, in 6 to 8 weeks, you are going to be 20, 30 pounds smaller, okay? But if you need a little help and you need a little boost, use my coupon code TK10 to get 10% off your first item, okay, of the Activate Pluvy Drops. Thank you guys so much, guys. We're about to head over to TashaKLive.com for the second part of the show. I can't wait to see you there. We will be discussing a senator son that grew up, was damn near raised by Barack Obama. His father and Barack Obama worked really hard in Chicago to help pass a lot of laws and help to put him into the Oval Office, okay? And there's a young man that came out and exposed with videos and pictures this man's son and Barack Obama's godson. Yes, this is Barack Obama's godson, for exploiting him and subjecting him to, I guess, drug-fueled parties and all types of stuff. All the things that they've been accusing Obama of doing, okay? All of this coming up on TashaKLive.com. You do have to subscribe to TashaKLive.com to watch it, okay? So hope to see you there. If you are new, please let me know, okay? Let us know. Throw the wine glass up. Put new. We'll be starting around 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, okay? And you do have to go to the website to subscribe. And don't forget, guys, this is the last day at midnight to get your tickets 45% off. General admission tickets to see me on tour. Go to TashaKOnStage.com, select your city, hit the general admission. All tickets are priced at $25 under the general admission, okay? It is at midnight tonight. I love you guys. Don't forget, I'll be in Atlanta August 21st, 22nd, conducting interviews. We do open our interviews up to the public, right? So if you have a compelling story, right? A compelling story that you have overcome. Maybe it was betrayal, abuse, I don't know, molestation, whatever, okay? And you are a great storyteller and you want to use your story to inspire, to empower, we would love to have you. Go to itsTashaK.com, itsTashaK.com/casting in Atlanta, and hopefully we'll see you on the show, okay? I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see y'all fucking Friday if you're not coming over to TashaKLive.com. Now I gotta go. Bye! Missing contracts by just a few points? Struggling with compliance issues, rush proposals, or last-minute chaos? That's not a winning strategy at all. At The Bidding Business, they turn bids into wins. They help businesses secure more contracts with strategic bidding sourcing, proposal preparation, compliance reviews, and full-service bid management. Whether you're pursuing government contracts or commercial opportunities, their experts will help you to create a stronger, smarter, and more competitive proposal that stands out. Book your bid audit today at thebiddingbusiness.com and start winning with confidence.
Good loving, body rocking, knocking boots all night long, baby. Said, give me some good love. Somebody rocking, knocking the boots. One more time. Say, give me some good love. Somebody rocking, knocking the boots. I love y'all.
Watch this full program and other exclusive content on www.TashaKLive.com.